Oscars, I am disappointed in you! I mean, I would be if I actually cared about the Oscars or watched it. I watch the clips like everybody else does. I am Mecca. Bookmark this channel if you want some entertainment. Other than, people getting slapped roonied around at the Oscars, which is probably the most entertaining thing that we've seen in a very, 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 very long time.
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
We have some Oscar updates. First up, ooh, this is a doozy. From the control room. The G.I. Jane quip was an ad-lib, not in the script. Mills added. Who's Mills, you ask? Who's Mills?
Rob Mills. He was the producer for ABC of the Oscars.
Producer of the Oscars. That's who that is. Who are you? Why are you here?
I am Rob off camera, and I'm here to provide that kind of information.
That information. When I go with the screenshot here. Oh, my thing is still way on the other side. It's a tweet here from Variety. The Oscars. What was happening in the control room? So here's what happened in the control room. You see Frank Oz on the thumbnail. We'll get to what Frank Oz says and why he's disappointed in a second here. But I wanted to talk about this. Rob Mills, ABC's Rob Mills, was sitting in the Oscars production trailer on Sunday night when the show's producers and director, not writers. They don't have writers at the Oscars. How else did Amy Schumer steal material? She's stealing jokes at the Oscars again, which is nothing new for Amy Schumer, as we know, but here we go. Sunday night, when the show's producer and director Glenn Weiss realized that things were starting to go awry, Chris Rock came on and he was doing, I think, material based on what happened that night, as any comedian will do. Mills recalled to Variety the day after the now infamous Will Smith, Chris Rock, Oscar slap heard round the world. He made the G.I. Jane joke. Obviously, you could see the joke did not land with Jada. And then you see Will start to get and walk up. The professionals in the control room are used to unplanned incidents, including Weiss, a live TV veteran who also directed the Oscars the year La La Land was mistakenly announced as Best Picture before Moonlight ultimately won.
La La Land.
There have certainly been unprecedented moments where people have gotten up and done things, so we thought this was one of those, Mills said. Or like a Kanye grab the mic moment or something. The G.I. Jane quip was an ad-lib and not in the script, Mills added. The severity of the situation became apparent when Rock and Smith both started swearing, which you don't do on Oscars.
Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
Especially if you ever want to be invited back. Like, they're stuffy. They are the stuffiest of the stuffy old suits who still think they're relevant. I mean, you're just pointing out in your video that you've got coming up how none of these movies we've ever even heard of. They're so stuffy. They think they're so self-important.
Oh yeah.
And so go watch his video on that one.
Well, eventually.
Eventually. You started to realize this once Chris, who certainly knows the limits of broadcast standards, said, Will Smith slapped shit out of me, Mills said. That's when it became obvious that this was not a joke. For the viewers at home, the confusion, well, we all saw it, and we're going to see it again in the edit. For viewers at home, the confusion continued as ABC's censors dropped out the audio for a lengthy period of time. When you're on the button, which I wasn't, but our standards people were, I think you obviously go towards overcorrection than letting something get through, Mills said. International broadcasters get their own raw feed of the ceremony and must decide on their own whether to bleep, which is why the unbleeped video from other countries soon appeared on social media, showcasing what really happened. They were trying to keep it quiet, but hey, globalisms. From there, the decision inside the control room was to keep the show going. We had heard that Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry had gone over to Will to kind of see what was going on and offer some counsel, Mills said. But you have to remember that you're putting on a live show. Had this been the thing that was pre-taped, we would have stopped down. This would have been addressed. We would have seen what to do next. But here, you have to remember, we've got a show to do. Obviously, this is something that was unfortunate, but it was not to a degree that you think. Okay, we just need to stop the entire show, and the show just kind of went on. Mills said the Academy will have to post-mortem what happened on Sunday night and perhaps put protocols in place in the event that something like this happens again, which I kind of figured they were going to do. One quick shout out I was going to give is to the director, Glenn Weiss, Mills added. I was in the truck with him in our control room on New Year's Eve when Mariah Carey was having some vocal issues on singing. I was with him when they did the wrong envelope on La La Land, and I was with him last night. And there is nobody who keeps a cooler head and just keeps the show moving along. Mills said he realizes the Will Smith-Chris Rock moment overshadowed the rest of the evening. There were some amazing winners and great speeches. So I'd urge everybody to oh, we don't care. Nobody cares what else happened in the show. Oh, we don't need the Amy Schumer recap at the end. She came in and said, did I miss anything while I was in wardrobe?
Did I miss anything?
Jada Smith has issued a statement. It's kind of a non-statement. It is Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm saying your name wrong every single time. That's what happens when you have 3 names. Have a few fewer names. Just be Jada. Just be Jada. This is a season for healing and I'm here for it. Huh. Right in Band-Aid color for everybody to see.
Most ambiguous kind of thing you can...
It is a self-help painting. It's one of those posters you see in...
it's a motivational poster like you see
it's this empty,
Joanne's Fabrics or Michael's Crafts or whatever it is.
It is an empty nothing statement of a nothing empty. Oh, it's just a new agey self-help little. I'm gonna heal myself.
I think that might actually be the title of a self-help book, a season for healing. Probably,
there usually is. So I've had enough of the Oscars, and you know who else is embarrassed by it? Frank Oz. Yoda himself.
Embarrassed to be associated with them. I am.
He's embarrassed to be associated with them, and the show is no longer about the movies. Yes!
About the movies.
Yes!
No longer it is about.
We've been saying this. You've been saying this specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just exactly the topic of your video. Frank Oz, widely known as a puppeteer who brings the show to life with such characters as Sesame Street, blah, blah, blah. We know, Frank Oz.
Frank Oz is a pro, okay? No, really. Frank Oz is a professional. Mm-hmm. Okay, when he speaks on anything, you probably should pay attention.
Exactly. This is somebody who has been in the industry long enough to actually know what they're talking about. You know. Here we go. At last, something real at the Oscars. He tweeted as the now controversial awards were hosted this past weekend. We already know this. The legendary puppeteer pondered, why am I so taken by something so wacky and trivial as trivial? Trivial? What's the word trivial? I'm making up words now. As this odd Oscar moment. Why will I continue to be fascinated for it by days when I know it doesn't compare to the importance of what's happening in our country and in other countries and in other, conflicts around the world? I don't know. Well, I can tell you why. Because we need our escapism sometimes. Because hearing nothing but this stuff all the time, all day, every day makes you go kind of crazy. Look at me. I'm living proof of that. So you don't want to have constant bad. You want to have some good here. And that's, I know it's like somebody getting smacked, but that's part of it. That is more entertaining than any of these preachy, wokier than thou movies. When every single movie is a platform for activism, it is a place to showcase, we have to have a statement of how this ethnicity and that gender, and no. We want fun entertainment. And if Chris Rock needs to get slapped for that to happen, then so be it. We need to, never slap Chris Rock. But it was more entertaining than anything else. That's the point. And no, that's the other debate we have to have. Do not attack comedians on stage if you don't like their jokes. Who cares at this point, right? Jokes and comedy and entertainment is so subjective. It is so irrelevant to waste time getting so triggered. Me. I gotta take my own advice. Me. Well, most people found themselves in agreement. Some people got offended. Why? Why are they offended this time? Who's this person? Were you embarrassed by Harvey Weinstein or Roman Polanski or Kevin Spacey or the lack of really... This is why. Because the preaching and the BS and the activism. Shove this up your backside, Kathia Woods. You can't even spell your name correctly. Who the hell are you and why do I care? So you didn't like diversity because that was the main reason of the lineup. Excuse me. I was waiting over the shoulder of your video. Mm-hmm. Your video. You got something to contribute to this. I know you got to say about this.
When you see people wearing clothing that costs more than what most of us make in a year, handing out statues to people who pretend to be other people for a living who are also very wealthy, yeah, those people don't look like you.
You named a few movies like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and...
In the Heat of the Night.
In the Heat of the Night.
To Sir with Love.
Yeah, you named a few movies that were in the Best Picture nominations way back in the 60s.
I mean, there was diversity in
In the
1968?
Oh!
Who knew?
Oh my word!
I did.
I better clutch my pearls now because she's gonna just have to have a conniption about it, and I'm gonna have to be triggered by her conniption.
Well, she doesn't look much older than 30, so according to her, it didn't happen.
Yeah. And in recent years, Frank Oz got some backlash after criticizing Disney's current handling of the Muppets, which they're handling poorly. They aren't doing crap with the Muppets, are they?
No. Well, there's supposed to be a new Muppet series or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Frank Oz is a professional.
Frank Oz is right. The Oscars have been diverse before. If you want to boycott them, fine, but don't get all high and mighty and triggered all of a sudden now that people who are quote-unquote old white dudes are pointing it out now. When these are the same people, like these ringing responders, these are the same type of people who probably stan a few of these movie stars. Let me see what this one does. Oh, I gotta check. Kathia Woods. I have to know now. I have to know who she's obsessed with.
Probably Brie Larson.
Probably. Kathia Woods. Who are you? A contributor. Temple maid. Oh, she's a Rotten Tomatoes critic. Oh, she's got her DMs open.
Okay, now don't harass her.
Don't send her a list of the Oscar, nominees, which I'm really, really tempted to do from the 1960s.
You know what? It's perfectly in bounds if she's replying.
She's live right now. Oh, she's live right now. So she's clearly somebody who's obsessed with holding diversity over our heads, and I'll just go and appropriate her giant apartment then. How about that? I am Mecca.
And I'm off camera.
You got anything else to say?
No, except that, like I said, there's been diversity for a long time in the Academy Awards. So, Kathia, look into it from probably most likely your Greenwich Village apartment. Oh, she's from Philly. Okay.
Yeah, she's in Philly. Still, this woman makes more money in a year than I will ever in my lifetime, too, probably.
They get paid by the word, so.
Yeah, and they like to throw a lot of words.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of words and how much they're... I'm tired of it. Maybe go be triggered at a point in history where it mattered. I'm Mecca.
I'm off camera.
See you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
This is